This week on your California Weekly Recap. Last Friday, Senator Ana Caballero announced implementation of her 2025 bill, Senate Bill 72, which modernizes California's water plan.
It is critical that we manage this limited water supply and plan for the future. And that's what brings us here today, to celebrate the launch of a new era of the California Water Plan, made possible by SB 72. California, as you know, is experiencing more consecutive dry years than ever before. With climate change and global warming, estimates indicate we will lose 10 to 20% of our overall water supply short term, and droughts, some more extreme, will be hotter, last longer, and costs for imported water into the state will increase. California also faces more intense atmospheric river-driven storms, which cause higher flood flows, putting our communities at risk. Last year, I passed a bill, SB 72, to set an ambitious state target for identifying options and to create a plan to add 9 million acre-feet of water by 2040, and to modernize the California Water Plan to adapt to the climate realities that we're seeing today.
On Tuesday, Assemblywoman Leticia Castillo announced her bill, Assembly Bill 1998, which aims to separate use of bathrooms and other intimate spaces by biological sex.
For me, this bill starts with a very simple principle: protecting women and protecting womanhood in spaces where privacy and dignity matter the most. Restrooms, locker rooms, and changing areas are places where women and girls are often vulnerable. AB 1998 clarifies California's law by ensuring that intimate spaces in business establishments, such as restrooms, locker rooms, showers, and changing areas, are separated on the basis of biological sex, while still allowing single occupancy facilities to remain gender neutral. This bill does not require businesses to rebuild their facilities. It does not eliminate equal access to public accommodations. What it does is provide clear guidance that protects privacy while maintaining fairness and dignity for everyone.
Also on Tuesday, members of the Progressive Caucus announced their legislative priorities for the year.
We are going to go into 4 different themes today that the Progressive Caucus has talked about as big appels in Iowa. So we have 4 bills which are thriving, not surviving. These are policy bills that include about affordability, cost of living, and healthcare. We're fighting for the people, not the powerful, which includes fair taxation and fighting corporate greed, and defending freedom and liberty for all, which is a focus on immigration and civil liberties for all people in California. And fourth, and last but not least, something very revolutionary right now is mitigating and adapting to AI, which includes privacy, data centers, and, of course, implications.
On Tuesday, Republican lawmakers rolled out a series of bills that aim to make California more resilient to wildfires.
As California continues to face escalating wildfire threats, especially in our rural communities and our wildland-urban interface communities, it's critical that we prioritize prevention, resilience, and financial relief for hardworking families and property owners. Today, we'll hear from leaders committed to real solutions that cut through bureaucracy, stabilize insurance markets, and empower Californians to protect their homes and livelihoods. The Wildfire Risk Reduction and Insurance Affordability Package, which includes several targeted bills, is designed to lower risks and ease costs to our consumers.
On Wednesday, Republican lawmakers also pushed back on the California Board of Parole Hearings' consideration to grant parole to a convicted child molester.
The California Board of Parole Hearings, under the authority of Gavin Newsom, has made a decision that puts our communities at risk and reopens wounds for victims and their families, granting early release to convicted sex offender, someone sentenced to 355 years to life for the repeated molestation of young boys is not justice. It is a failure of leadership. Let me be clear, when the system prioritizes offenders over victims, it breaks the very trust it was built to protect.
Yes, sir.
This issue is not abstract for me. As someone who was molested as a child, I understand firsthand the lifelong impact the abuse leaves behind. It doesn't end when the crime ends. It follows you.
It does.
In your thoughts, in your relationships, in your sense of safety. And for many survivors, healing is a daily fight. So when the state decides to release someone who committed these horrific acts, it sends a devastating message to survivors that their pain, the pain of being a victim, their pain is secondary. That their trauma, my trauma, is negotiable. And that justice is not permanent.
That's your California Weekly Recap. I'm Madeline Shannon. Thank you for joining us.